Thank you, Hannah, for the warm introduction. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, people who are joining other parts of the world. So, Sunday, let me share my slide to start with. Is it coming? Is it visible?
Not yet. Yeah.
Is it now?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, Sundac is a digital automation company basically based in India. We are a cloud and artificial intelligence based platform which can integrate any brand cameras basically. This is the breakthrough technology which creates barriers to entry to other players. Mostly it works on a subscription based SaaS business model. We have a strategic partners globally so that we can have a more iconic customer base. Customers who are interested in this, there is a strong return of investment based on this. What is the cloud based, what is the edge based kind of infrastructure, what are the gains they are going to get. So every segment or every vertical, we have a return of investment sheet will be shared to the customer before doing any proof of concept, so that customer will be convinced what is the time frame they can get the return of the investment, whether it is a 3 years 5 years time frame kind of thing. So this is the brief introduction of Sundac Digital Automation Company. As I told you, it is a video-based SaaS to empower people and property owners to drive the safety and productivity, which works seamlessly with any vertical like safe city, critical infrastructure, transportation, so logistics, retail chains, BFSI, most of the service providers. So almost it is an industry agnostic. Almost all the verticals which works into this. And the major thing is this is the ethical AI and big data platform engineered for ethics users hosted in a private cloud. So it is enterprise grade platform basically, which can integrate cameras, any number of cameras, infinite number of cameras, any IoT sensors, whichever the device sits on internet can be connected, and it is integrated with the security collaboration messengers. I'm going to focus on two things today. One is an Internet of Things platform. Second is our big data analytics and cloud and AI based video analytics platform. This is the problem which we solve actually. This is the industry problem which is for generic more than 2 decades our people are facing. So most of them are in the industry are analog cameras with the typical DVR and IP cameras with the NVR. There is a constant storage updates, hardware maintenance, and there is a relevant software update is required for this, which we are solving, giving us this analytic platform. So we can take any IP camera or analog camera with hybrid, we can make it as a hybrid camera. We are taking into cloud premises. The cloud is having our artificial intelligence based video analytic applications which we run through cloud. So then we are making this dumb camera into smart cameras. So let me go through the next level. And the customer pain points is actually when they expand or when they downsize the number of retail outside number of factories during the pandemic, the investment has been gone waste. But in our case now this is the case, so there is no need to pay whatever they are doing now. So if they are having 10,000 stores, they can pay for 10,000. So they are having only 100 stores, they can pay for 100 stores, completely subscription based and number of stores or number of cameras based. So there is no upfront payment for them. So there is no CapEx investment which is locked with the customers. And the major advantage is we don't disturb their existing infrastructure. So whatever the IP cameras, globally there are more than 4,000 plus brands or more than that even. So that cameras we can integrate. Any brand camera, any country specific, nothing like. We can integrate on those cameras with our platforms and we can provide this analytics. And what they will get with this cloud video management, AI powered video analytics, real time alerts. Naturally, what happens when you search some data, it takes 48 hours in analog or IP kind of environment because of integration issues. If it is a 256 camera, there are 8 channel into 8. So that kind of structure, then we need to integrate, we need to search over the data. In our case, it is not like, even if you put a mobile upload of the photo, then we can search the event and we can give what is the outcome of this. This is the end-to-end platform basically. If you see, this is our complete ecosystems. So as I told you very beginning, IoT devices might be CCTV cameras, your mobile device, and the seismic sensors, other sensors like your weather sensors, RH sensor, temperature sensor, you name it, basically whichever in the IoT space on internet, which can sit on internet of protocols. So then we can integrate those. If I take CCTV camera as an example for starting with how the artificial intelligence will affect, so we can do the face recognition, which is 99.77% as and efficiency rate, and we can do the vehicle identification, saying that it is a four-wheeler, this much color, this is the number plate, what a truck size kind of thing. All the vehicle identification can be done with this. Traffic analysis mostly will be used in smart campus, having a large infrastructures, and another is a smart city kind of infrastructure, like a city where we can analyze even traffic congestion, whether this route is viable or is not viable, or somebody can take the directions, what is the time frame to reach. All this can be automatically automized for a couple of months. Then AI will decide this is the frequency which is running on this. So incident detection, some accident is happened, then it will take the sequence of events when the vehicle is crossed the traffic light and when is the incident happen. That forensic data can be shared with a criminal investigation or traffic team. All this can be done. Even smoke detection system, normally in a building there is a smoke alarm system which is happens to be, but now it's a camera which can sense if any smoke is coming, then it will give the alarm to that. So shootings normally in US and Europe, wherever actually it's not a place, like in a banking situation, when there is some shooting, a gunfire has a different kind of sound that will detect and give the alert to the banking employees, or whichever the otherwise related to the criminal investigation or police organizations can be informed because of these platforms. The crowds, massive crowds, when there is some traffic restrictions or some events is to be minimum traffic should be there. Like even you can take a smart campus where the crowd limitation is around 50 people in the canteen. Suppose 100 people has not to be entered, then it will immediately says there are 50 people is occupied, no need to come inside kind of display will be coming. So some violations, whatever the you define the rules of the violations, whether in smart campus or smart city, which can be worked out with artificial intelligence. And as I told you, it is a big data platform which can give the more leverage to the customer with the advanced filters and instant search. Any data can be searched in seconds. Like a Google, if you put some name, the data pop-up will come. The same way, the instant alert will come to you with very immediate effect. If I take an example of some missing children, so if you just upload the data, so it will search whichever the face recognition cameras totally available in the market, or whichever in the city or campus, wherever is misplaced, it can come where he has been left, where he is been there last moment. That kind of multi-camera tracking is there. So then people ask most of them, so whether it is what is the collaboration tools. So we can give the dashboards as per the customer requirement, any device, whether it is a phone, desktop kind of thing. We can even define the access right policies. So level 0 to level 7, we can begin. So level 7 should be the top priority, level 0 is all alerts, so that if it is not important, you can clear then and there only all. So that kind of thing, access right policies can be given. Security messaging and chatbots, if in the absence of somebody is not sitting on the premises, even chatbot can talk to the event alarm things, then it will clear whether it is a top thing or it will give the ring to the 7 people kind of thing. So it is integrating with other messaging apps like WhatsApp, Slack, Instagram, whatever the messages which in the company as group has been created. So that event instant video sharing will be happens. So this is the measure for all the events. This I can say this is one platform which can integrate all the things like IoT, artificial intelligence, big data, cyber security, and cloud computing. All these to put together in one platform. We have been developed this, and this is a private cloud and cyber security based open source. It works on Linux operating systems. So when it comes to the infrastructure, costings will be down compared to Google Cloud and Amazon EC2. Basically, this is the comparison which we have done. It's our private cloud is far cheaper than this, but most probably, but we are also comfortable with them. And the customer want, I want a Google kind of environment, I want Amazon, I want Azure. So we are cloud agnostic also. As I said, camera agnostic, this is also cloud agnostic. Any cloud platform we can integrate as per the customer convenience. This is the typical architecture, so no need to worry about whether it is only cloud. So if it is the cloud, we can choose for the option one. So any IP camera, there is no bandwidth usage any part of the country, not only wherever the bandwidth available. So 280 countries, whichever the operators, more than 200 operators globally, So when they have a sufficient bandwidth with the customers, then it can goes directly. Option one is the best way. So then it goes to private cloud. It can be shown in the mobile devices or user options like a desktop or command control center. Then somebody says mine is very private kind of environment. I want all the data to be stored in my own environment. Then we can do the edge device, and on premises also can be given. So this is the second option also available. So both options are available, whether we are on cloud based and also on premises. This is the typical architecture for a smart city kind of environment, where we can integrate the lower level. You can see sensors, whether it may be PTZ camera, fixed cameras, or thermal cameras, even drone with IP address, emergency alarms, access control, and mobile users, mobile uploads, and some restricted people which they are uploading some data. So in WhatsApp chats or Instagram chats, if you are uploading some data, even that can be configured and can be seen in this platform, so which goes to our AI and big data platform. So city database, they are saying that they have created their own data centers so that it can be stored in their premises only. If they doesn't have their own data center, initially when the smart city kind of environment announced, they don't have all the things. They anticipated there will be thousands of cameras, this many cameras, but it will be goes to 10 times or it may be lesser than that. So instead of investing capex at a point, so saying that the installation cost itself will take installing those equipment itself take a time duration of 3 months to 6 months. In this due course of time, we can even take our cloud, so that we can host all these services on our comfortable cloud service provider, otherwise our private cloud. So these are integrated with completely, as I said, law enforcement, service providers, transportation, the city government. All these agencies can be integrated, can be seen instantly, basically, whatever the events happen. So some traffic accident is happened, then ambulance has to be called. Then it will immediately call emergency number. Then the police has to be informed to file the case. So all these integration can be done with one platform integration. This is our standard 20 plus artificial intelligence modules, which are generally proposed to all the customers, which we categorize into three segments. One is a threat detections, another is a people analytics, third is a vehicle analytics. So people analytics is the major one people are using for a facial recognition, which normally you have seen in the airports now. Nowadays, it's a very common. Most of the people has to go undergo international airports. A facial recognition is mandatory. So missing people. So some events, whether it's a church or a temple or very major event, kids will be missed and elderly people will be missing. Then instead of announcing, you can even see in the command controls by uploading simple his photo. Then immediately you can track. Not only this, you can track the suspect. Some major bank theft is happened. Then the bank employees given the whatever the event stored in the camera at the last minute. With that image also we can track their identity, and we can track those wherever they are moving, whether they are masked, unmasked, but complete tracking, whether it is if the city is having 1,000 cameras, at least 100 location face recognition, we can track complete event. Then we can immediately track the suspect in a less duration compared to earlier things. Otherwise, what happens is something happened, then they used to go to the paper print media announcement, the people has to go online. So all these things, so some advisories, all these can be avoided with this basically. So some people say face recognition, how can you do it? Whether it a mask or unmasked, that also can be done. Some wear glasses, smart glasses, beard, unbeard. So these kind of features also it can be seen. Even say gender, male, female, age also say it's a child, younger age, middle age, old age, depending on the features. We already configured some artificial intelligence data has been built, and 50 million plus database has been created for a particular smart city kind of thing.
Ravi,
So
still we have still 2 minutes before ending your
okay.
slot.
Thank you very much. I will skip some of them. So
Thank you
this
so
is
much.
basically, if you see in a command control center, people are just watching continuously 24/7, three shifts. This is what is happening in a real time. So instead of that, now you can skip just like that. Whatever the event is happen, that event can be processed and that event can be attended. That clip can be shared. So these people, number of people, we are not saying that human intervention is good now completely going out. We are only improving the efficiency of the people so that they can focus more on the job rather than complete monitoring. So nobody can watch continuously more than 15 minutes. That is eye problem also. So we are eliminating all those issues. improving the performance of the and productivity of the employee and employer, both sides. This is a human mission. People think that by coming the mission come human intervention will go off. It's not like that. So it will be decision support, decision augmentation, decision automation. There are stages from level 1 to level 7. Still human decision always matters. That is the where it is there actually. So no need to worry about whether IA comes into whether we will lose the jobs. It's not the kind of that. We are only improving the efficiency of the employer and employee. So if this is the matrix to performance, if you see there are very strengths and weakness. If somebody says rational, principle, collaborative, if it is a rational approach, there is a consistent, refinable approach. Then it motivates the complete group. So if they and also give the collaborative approach to the customers and the employees, so they can take this. And there is a weakness basically. People are well accustomed with the old systems, then they don't want to change. But pandemic has drastically changed this. Now instead of chief security officers, most of them the language they are speaking is CTOs, and they are coming into picture. IT bandwidth, what is the requirement? Storage, what is the requirement? I am working remotely. How can you help us? This is the way it has been shifted. So which we can eliminate with these trends. So second, which I told you, IoT platform. This is one platform which we can integrate all of the devices, all the sensors. You can see the bottom of the presentation, whichever the IoT sensors, we can directly goes to cloud, whichever the cloud platform you want. Otherwise, our own platform. And there is an edge device for the edge IoT platforms. Typically, this is for a process automation industries like solars, large plants, oil and gas, mostly process industries where we can get into this kind of platform. If I say this, where it can be used, so most of the verticals like utilities, power, gas, and water, manufacturing, retail segments, smart buildings, oil and gas, transportation, all these verticals. So I even put this. You can visit our booth to share the latest model of 4G/5G SIM-based IP camera. So no need to involve any cameras, no need any storage. It can remotely operate and it can see up to 150 meters. So this is the one way of advancement status for even 5G is coming. 5G trials are already happened. This is the 5G product which you can see. And also this is the different verticals where it can be used. Basically, depending upon your application, we can work on those things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ravi. I have a question. How many customers have adopted your solution, and which countries? Any name of customer to share with us?
So there are many customers I can name it. So now it's not whenever the people whoever are interested more they can approach me one to one. So it's a defense. We have shared the NDA with them disclosure agreement. So being
Okay.
a startup from last 2 years, we have implemented many use cases. If you take it, we are into already transportations and logistics, gems and jewelries, and even BFSI, retail chains, FMCG. These are the five verticals we already implemented already. So if someone is interested for this, we can certainly discuss the case study with them and we can go ahead further on this.
Okay. Thank you so much. The other question is about what about the privacy in your solution?
Yeah, that is the major I told you. I covered the cyber security issue. So this is a, being a private cloud, we will separate each customer account differently. So earlier
Okay.
what happens is public cloud and private cloud, hybrid cloud, there are different things. So somebody is comfortable with the Google, we are going with the Google. We are not even disturbing with cyber security issues. So my cloud is always we are doing the constant ethical hacking kind of thing. We will give the penetration test. We will show all the things. So cyber security is well proven. Then only we are moved to the market.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Thank you for this presentation. And now let's